Good evening. I just wanted to share this thought with you. Um, it's October 28th, um, and I'd like to, I was thinking about a conversation I had with somebody about spirituality and and responsibility. You know, how many people, do you know that when things go bad in their life or something happens that they blame God, they blame the Creator, and um, and that's the first the focus is on that. Somebody loses a loved one, they have a tendency to blame the Creator. um, my question is, um, why would you blame the Creator? Why would they blame the Creator? There's dark forces out there. How do you know that this isn't their handiwork? But right away our focus goes on the Creator and that He did this. I I like to say that, give this analogy. You're standing underneath a tree, and that tree is the Creator. Those branches spread way out. You got your leaves and branches overhanging like this on each side, like an umbrella, and you're standing right next to the tree underneath it, and you're sheltered from all the elements and all the things um, of the world. Okay, so you get a little bold and you start walking away from that tree, and you step out from underneath that umbrella, and you're more susceptible to the elements of the world, um, you know, such as life. The farther you distance yourself from the core of your spirituality, from the core of your Creator, um, the farther you're out of His protection, and you're more susceptible to dark forces and ill will. You know, not everybody, you know, not everybody has a pure heart. And as much as you want to say you have a spiritual responsibility for everybody, you have a spiritual responsibility for yourself and how you are to everybody. Um, People who are evil, it's not your responsibility to respect them, um, to assist them, or whatever. They're on their own path, and they will face their own fate. But all you really can do is take care of yourself spiritually. Don't get drawn in to other people's dark energy. Um, Simply put, you know, if you take the time to think about who you are, what you believe spiritually, and focus on that. Um, Draw yourself back into that core of your Creator and get back underneath that protection. In most cases, you take a look at your spiritual responsibility, and if things are happening in your life, it's because you have separated and distanced yourself from the Creator. You have moved farther and farther away from Him, and the farther you move away from Him, the more you are susceptible to dark things happening in your life. But yet, we as human beings, when those dark things happen, the first thing we want to do is blame the Creator God for allowing these things to happen in our life. He didn't allow these things to happen in our life. He can't help you if you don't want to be helped. It's no more than an alcoholic or an addict who isn't ready and doesn't want to be helped. You can't help them either. They have to want to help themselves. So, if you choose to try to better your life and protect yourself from dark things blindsiding you or hitting you, you have to remain close to the Creator. Remain close to the base of that tree, underneath the umbrella of that protection, and and have faith and believe. You know, um, it's easy. It's easy to say these things until it's time to do the work. Until it's time to um, prove and show the world that you do have faith and you do believe in your Creator. Um, I know this from my experiences, and I'm speaking from my own experiences, that I too have been to points where, you know, things are happening, and they keep happening, and it seems like one thing after another, and it's like boom, 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 everything's coming in all around you. And the first thing I want to do is blame God and say, you know what? Where the hell are you now? You know, and God, I picture standing there looking at me saying, where are you? Why have you distanced yourself from me and from the divine power and protection that I've provided for you, like a shelter, like an umbrella? You stepped outside of that and opened yourself up to dark things hitting you. Um, Come back into your core, come back into your truth. Stay in that truth. You know, this is just some thoughts I have on taking spiritual responsibility um, for what's going on in my life. You know, I can't speak for everybody else, but that's the way I look at it. That's the way I have to look at it when things start happening. What am I doing wrong? You know, it's too easy to get caught up in self-pity and blame. Blame everyone, blame everything. You know, I know what that's like. You know, there was a time where I blamed everyone and blamed everything for all the problems of my life. And when I had nobody else to blame, I blamed God. You know, um, instead of looking at myself and asking myself, what am I not doing? Or what am I doing wrong? And taking responsibility for myself. You know, stay in a positive frame of mind. You know, my mind is always going. It's always looking to see how people are coming in my life. It's always looking at the choices and decisions I make throughout my day, and were they the best decisions and choices? Um, what motivated those decisions and choices? You know, was it self-will? Was it something I wanted? Or is it trying to stay in the Creator's truth? You know, there's going to come a point where, you know, I believe that I'm just really going to go under radar, and I'm just going to slide under radar, and I'm going to do this um, to really come into spiritual balance, not to avoid anyone, not to isolate, but to take care of myself spiritually and reach my full spiritual power. And, you know, I won't go into talking about myself or my responsibilities spiritually, but um, I don't take them lightly. And I'm very serious about the direction I'm headed in, and more willing today to accept what is and what isn't to be than I ever have been. Um, Whatever's supposed to be in my life is going to be there, and whatever's not is going to be removed. You know, if it's not good for me, it's going to be removed. If it served its purpose, it will be gone. You know, I have to be willing to accept that. And sometimes this comes at a great cost to my heart. Uh, but when I trust in my Creator, um, that's what gives me the strength to deal with worldly and earthly things. And it elevates me and it escalates me up above these things um, that would normally block me or keep me down, and, and keep me caught up in different kinds of dark emotions. Um, I could have easily went there today. You know, somebody tried to character assassinate me, and you know, the way I looked at it is completely different than the way I would have looked at it in the past. I looked at it as, man, this is a test. This is a test. And what is there to be learned from this? You know, I have to stay in my truth. You know, I have a past, and it wasn't a bright past, but that past is an open book, and I'm not afraid of sharing that with anybody. Anybody who asks, you know, I'll sit down and I'll tell you, yeah, you know, um, I've had my experiences in life, and it's from those experiences I've learned so much. Um, so I just like to share that much with you about taking spiritual responsibility. You know, if you don't like what's happening in your life, change it. Only you can change it. You can change the energy that you're putting out there, and you get closer to the Creator. Get back underneath that tree. Get back underneath that protection, and watch your life transform. You have a good evening.